Men often complain about one thing they never know for sure if a girl likes them or not. And it's true, women rarely say directly, "I like you." They hide it. They pretend to be indifferent. Yet at the same time, they reveal a series of very clear signals. The problem is, most men don't recognize them. Today, I'm going to show you the most specific signs to know sometimes. The colder a girl appears, the more she's actually attracted to you. Have you ever wondered why women don't just express their feelings directly? Why do they have to go in circles, pretend to be indifferent, while their hearts are racing inside? The truth is, most women are afraid of one thing, the fear of rejection. In the realm of emotions, rejection feels to them like a knife cutting straight into their pride. That's why, instead of saying "I like you," they choose silence, tests, and concealment simply to protect themselves. Sometimes, she hides her feelings not because she doesn't want you to know, but because she wants to test do you have the courage to notice, to take the initiative, or will you let her slip away? This is the psychological game women often use, and there's another reason. Sometimes those feelings are considered forbidden. Maybe she's a classmate, a co-worker, or involved in some sensitive relationship. In that case, she's even less likely to express herself openly for fear of the stares and gossip from others. In short, women are not simple. Hiding their feelings does not mean they don't like you. On the contrary, sometimes that very coldness and indifference is just their way of covering up the true emotions surging inside. Now, let's dive into the signs that she pretends not to like you. Let's begin. Number 1. She talks to everyone except you. Imagine you're at a party or a casual get-together with friends. The atmosphere is lively. Everyone is chatting and laughing, and you notice her, the girl you secretly have your eye on, seems to be talking to absolutely everyone. She smiles brightly at the group across the room. She chats enthusiastically with a few friends at the table. She even comfortably engages with people she barely knows. But strangely, when it comes to you, she falls silent or gives only brief, half-hearted replies. At first glance, you might think she definitely doesn't like me. But the truth is sometimes the opposite. Women have a very subtle way of hiding their feelings. They pretend to be busy, friendly with the whole world, just to cover up their nervousness around the one person they really care about. In her mind at that moment, she might be thinking, does he notice? Does he have the courage to come closer by appearing friendly with everyone else? She's actually sending you a hidden signal. I'm open, I'm approachable. So why don't you try coming over? And here's a small but very important detail. Even though she's talking to many people, if you observe carefully, you'll see her body position, her seating direction, her shoulders, or her gaze still often leans subtly toward you. That's her unconscious way of showing attention. So, the next time you see a girl chatting happily with the whole room, but keeping a special silence in front of you, don't rush to assume you have no chance. Very likely, that's the very first sign she's more interested in you than you think. Number 2, she always replies to your messages but very slowly. Have you ever been in this situation? You send her a message. You see the green dot showing she's online, or you even know for sure she's holding her phone in her hand, and yet it takes her tens of minutes, even an hour, before she replies. And you start to wonder, does she not like me, or is she really busy? In reality, many guys jump to the wrong conclusion. They think she's too lazy to text or that she doesn't care. But if you look closely, you'll notice one key point when she does reply. Her messages are always long, cheerful, full of emojis. She might even send pictures, stickers, or cute little jokes. This shows that she's genuinely interested. It's just that she deliberately avoids replying immediately. Why is that? Because women fear you might think they're too eager. They want to maintain balance, to make you see that they also have their own value, that they're not always waiting around for your texts. It's a psychological game delaying their response to hide the true level of interest. Picture this: she just got your message. Her heart lights up and she even cracks a little smile. But instead of replying right away, she puts her phone down and tries to distract herself with something else just to make you wait. Because in her mind, this gives her the feeling of staying in control. The important thing you need to remember: if her replies are cold, short, or clearly disinterested, that's a different story. But if every time she responds, she brings positive energy, warm words, and plenty of playful emojis, then no matter how long she takes, the truth is, she still cares about you a lot. Number 3. She doesn't react when you mention another girl. This is an extremely subtle sign. Think back. How many times have you mentioned another girl in front of her, maybe an ex, or someone you know, and what was her reaction? No anger, no sign of jealousy, just silence, indifference, or even a change of subject. You assume she doesn't care. But in fact, this is exactly how women hide their feelings. They're afraid that just one jealous look or a careless word would reveal all the emotions they're trying so hard to keep hidden. So they suppress. They choose coldness so you won't realize their heart is aching inside. If she truly didn't like you, trust me, she wouldn't need to pretend to be calm. But if she's struggling to hold back, staying silent whenever you bring up another girl's name, that is one of the clearest signs she cares more about you than you think. Number 4, she always puts down your ex. Here's a rather interesting situation when you and she talk about your past relationships, or when your ex is mentioned. She reacts strongly. She doesn't hesitate to criticize, maybe saying your ex wasn't good enough for you, treated you badly, or that you deserve someone better. In reality, this isn't because she hates your ex. The deeper reason is that she wants you to reflect and realize that only she is the better choice. By diminishing your ex's image, she's quietly lifting you up and placing herself in the position of a potential candidate. Don't rush to think this is just ordinary bluntness. When a girl has no feelings at all, she won't bother about your past relationships. But if she takes the time to analyze, criticize, and even tries to convince you that she wasn't worthy, what she truly wants to say is, look at me instead. Number 5, she likes your posts, but never comments. In the age of social media, even the smallest action can be a big signal. You post a photo, a status, or a random story, and she almost always hits like. But strangely, she never leaves a comment, nor does she ever tag you in anything. This reflects the inner conflict in a woman's mind. On one hand, she wants you to know that she's quietly following and caring about you. On the other hand, she's afraid that if she comments publicly, others will notice and you will easily realize her feelings. That's why liking is the safe level, just enough to send a signal, but not too revealing. If you notice that she consistently likes your posts, hardly missing any, that's not coincidence. That's her way of knocking on the door of your heart, waiting to see if you'll notice. Number 6, secret glances, then quickly looking away. The eyes don't know how to lie. She may be able to hide her words, even her expressions, but not her eyes. If you pay attention, you'll see her stealing glances at you, and the moment you suddenly look back, her gaze immediately shifts away, pretending nothing happened. That is the most genuine moment. Because when women look at someone they don't care about, they have no reason to hide. But when their eyes linger too long, they quickly look away, their heartbeat races, and deep down, they just hope you don't notice. If you catch that glance more than once, remember it's not a coincidence. It's the truth she cannot hide, no matter how hard she tries. Number 7, her friends suddenly take an interest in you. A woman may be able to hide her feelings in front of you, but she can rarely hide them from her close friends. And once her group of friends knows, they'll either accidentally or deliberately reveal little signals. Maybe you'll receive an unexpected friend request from her best friend. Maybe during a gathering, her friends will throw in pointed questions about your love life. Or sometimes, they'll just exchange giggles with each other whenever you show up. None of this is random. It's a sign that she's talked about you a lot so much that her friends also want to probe whether you feel the same way. If her circle of friends suddenly pays special attention to you, believe me, you've already secured an important place in her heart. At this point, let's pause for a moment and look back. Do you see the picture beginning to take shape from the delayed yet heartfelt replies to the secret glances quickly turned away? From the way she laughs and talks with everyone except you, to the way her friends suddenly take a strange interest in you. All of these signs, if you look at them individually, you might think they're just coincidences. But when they appear continuously, repeating again and again, they're no longer random. They are the truth hidden behind a mask of indifference. Ask yourself, have you ever experienced any of these situations? If your answer is yes, then chances are very high that this girl has a special interest in you. She just doesn't have enough courage to say it out loud, and most importantly, you the man must be sharp enough to notice, because if you miss it, you may never know that you were once so close to a real opportunity for love. Imagine this, right now. There's a girl casting her gaze in your direction. She pretends to be busy, pretends to be indifferent, but her heart is pounding for you. And what about you? You overlook it, thinking it's just coldness. You turn away and the chance slips away, forever. Men often blame themselves for not being lucky in love. But the truth is, many opportunities once appeared right in front of them, only to be lost because they weren't perceptive enough. A glance hurriedly turned away, a delayed message full of affection, a quiet like on social media, all of them shouting, "I like you." The question is, do you notice? Do you dare to believe that behind that coldness burns a passionate fire if you don't seize it in time? One day you may look back and ask yourself, why didn't I take one more step back? Then don't let that happen. Don't let carelessness turn into regret. Because opportunities in love don't come often. Sometimes, just a look, just a small sign, is enough to change your entire future. So, we've just explored the clearest signs that sometimes, the colder a girl appears, the more she's truly attracted to you. If you realize you've ever been in these situations, remember it's not a coincidence, it's a signal. And you, the man, must be sensitive enough to read it and brave enough to take the next step. If you found this video helpful, leave a comment below and share your own experience. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the upcoming videos where I'll continue helping you decode women's psychology and gain the upper hand in love. Thank you for staying until the very end. I'm Seduction Psychology, and I'll see you in the next video.